Wait. Okay. Can someone wait? Okay, can you guys hear me now? Nikki, I think you're supposed to share the link. Wait. Maybe I can copy it here as well. This is super impromptu, so I'm sorry for for me. Oh, look, I already have 2 viewers. This is awesome. I love it. Oh my God. You guys let me know if you hear me. Can you hear me? Vicky, tell me if you hear me. You guys gotta let me know if you hear me or not. Maybe it's better if you watch it, hi? Oh wait, Nikki tried to call me. Oh man, everything's going crazy right now. Wait. DT, I'm sure the stream is gonna get saved. You can watch it later. Oh man, I hope I remember what I said. Can you guys hear me? Someone tell me if you hear me. Wait. Okay, good. All right. Cool. Oh look, DT, I'm just in the on the YouTubes. You don't have to go into the voice channel. All right. I'm just gonna do the review and the review of the review, and then you guys can watch it when it's saved on the channel. Yeah, I'm not looking on the chat on YouTube or something like that, which is fine. I'm just gonna go over. I'm gonna. No, it's not as intuitive. Anyway, I'm gonna go over the thing. It's 15 minutes long. I hope this goes well. So here we go. So I was mentioning here that I have no individual stocks on my watch list right now because if the market's so volatile and so liquid, why would you want to trade anything else? Just doesn't make sense to me. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, see here the lists. That's all I have. I think I mentioned that Nikki already mentioned at the close that after a 5 or like I think we went 7% down, limit down. Like after a down day like that, we're probably going to get like a 2% up day. And right now, at that point when I recorded this, we were 2.5% up. I gotta turn off the chat or put it out of my field of vision. Otherwise, I keep laughing at what you guys are typing. But on the other hand, maybe you can ask questions or something. Anyway, so what I've been mentioning, like the range is crazy right now. So I've just been scalping around, 2, 5, 6 points at a time. I remember I scalped this move. Now I'm going into VIX. I've been looking at the historical VIX, like how we went up into the 60 in VIX. And now this is not playing, which is freaking awesome because my bandwidth is probably too low. Come on, please. Don't fuck with me. Come on. Okay, here we go again. Okay, it's playing. So again, looking at the historical VIX, how it went. Like I think since 2009, we had like 3 or 4 times where we actually went past that 60 mark in the VIX or past 50. Looking at the chat, I shouldn't. So yeah, I'm talking about like this is the housing crisis, and then we had like the 2011 the tech crisis, and now this, and this is like I find it funny actually that like something like that, this coronavirus can cause something that otherwise were, like completely just economical factors. But, what I've always said, actually, and I didn't say that in my review, but what I've always said, we will not see coming where this is coming from. Like, it's going to hit us from like an angle that we did not expect. So that's exactly what's happening now, right? Who saw that coming? And that's just, how I guess, in recessions or bear markets are kind of created. Anyway, so I'm back in the futures now, and what I'm pointing out now is that what I did on the weekend is I separated addicted levels into like manageable chunks. So I have like a monthly level, a weekly level, a daily level, or like daily, just a level set. And I go down all the way down to the 30-minute. And as you see here, like this is the daily chart. I only have like weekly levels, the orange ones, and the monthly levels, the white ones on the daily chart. And then on the 4 hour, I have like the purple ones, which are daily levels as well. And that's how I'm trying to kind of, like separate some of those levels by importance. And I'm just explaining that here right now. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, DT should have shorted VIX today. But yeah, like, so I think I spent quite a bit of time explaining these levels, which I think I'm actually missing one here when I look at this right now, but I have it on the daily because this is like on the daily chart, I only have the weekly and the monthly levels. On the 4 hour chart, I have the weekly, monthly, daily levels and so on. So on the 4 hour chart, this level is going to be drawn in. But yeah, so I guess I'll already go into, like what I'm thinking about the market. We are now, like it's funny actually, how these levels just work out perfectly. We're now down into like a monthly level here from that, from like all the way back, where was that, 2015 or something like that, like back to those lows. I guess, like we basically eradicated all the gains that we've had since good old Trumpy came into power. So it's quite fascinating how this is the whole holding here. Like we see it here on the lower time frame. We just dip under quite quickly, and it gets bought up right away. And the same at the open here. After the limit down, everyone like ATG and Nikki, they point out like you gotta buy this freaking, like this flushes like this. This is a buying opportunity. So I didn't buy this. It was a little bit too fast for me, but I was scalping all around this, and that's what I kept saying here in the video is that, like when the market has a range like this, where it's, like 10 times as much as the usual day when we were on our way up, then like why not? Why do you have to stay in for longer, for multiple days, if you can just scalp put 2 points at a time, 3 points at a time, 6 points at a time? Like I remember up here, I literally scalped I think 2 points in 7 seconds, 2 points in the e-minis with one contract. That's $100. So you tell me, where else are you going to make $100 in 7 seconds? So at this point with this volatility and like the whipsawing that we see here, up down, it doesn't make sense to hold like those medium term positions. If you want to get like start getting longs in at these levels very far out, then I can live with that. Or if you want to like start like a longer term short up here, which we did, I'm fine with that. Like we came into a level and we came into that lower kilt and it makes sense. But like on those lower time frames, if we are here intraday, man, get in, get out, and run with your profits. So that's just my kind of point of view right now. That's also why I'm not really looking at any other stocks, because the S&P is the most liquid product. So why would you want to trade anything else if the most liquid product has just as much volatility as any other stock? So I remember here now, like I'm talking about how this like that 5% limit down that we had in the overnight session on Monday is actually acting as resistance right here. I don't know if this is still resistance. I would have to look at the actual live market, but I saw it was pushing before I went live. But so that it's kind of acting as resistance, and I have put on a few shorts into that 2028. I've already taken most off as we started recovering here. I thought, I stopped out. I took profits out of most of that stuff there, and then scalped a little bit around here as well with little profits. But um, yeah, that was that on the market. Now the bonds is where is my second thing that I'll look at, and here is like I'm explaining that I went short bonds yesterday in here and added more. I think I'm still not sure whether I'm actually I'm like 100% sure whether I shorted this pop here. I remember looking for a higher kind of bounce to short into. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure where I shorted, but I reshorted bonds yesterday, and now this is kind of offsetting my short SPY position. That's something I took a little bit of explaining time here in the video, that I'm trying to explain that a product like the bonds, who are quite inversely correlated to the market, like if you're short that product, that gives you actually long delta in the market, which is kind of my hedge towards my short positions that I took in the market, in the S&P, which I'm, like trying to hold at least, just for that day, for the day today. But as I say, I'm taking profits quickly. So yeah, that's the thought process of this one here. So yeah, like I think it's a complicated concept to grasp if you are not completely sure about like how delta works, and how negative delta in one product can offset positive delta in the other, and vice versa. But basically, yeah, it's just it's kind of like a pairs trade in a sense, or I'm just offsetting a short bias in one product with a long bias in another product. I also have still my my VIX puts, UVIXI puts, VXX puts, which are likely going to expire worthless though, because I'm running out of time there. And, if you keep beasting like this, the volatility is going to stay put, and that's why I also started putting on something in a product like this is a parabolic curve, and we know how those play out. We just know. We've seen it so many times just this year. SPCE, we've seen it in Tesla. We've seen it all. If you've ever looked at small caps, you see what happens when something goes parabolic like these bonds right now. They come back down. So you freaking short the thing. Anyway, last one, crude. And here I'm just saying, like, I'm with the caveat that I am not a oil trader at all. I have not much knowledge about the energy market, but I trust Nikki's opinion and Addicted's opinion on the energy market, and they say this is a buying opportunity, like a long-term buying opportunity, and I'm following that. Because that's what trading partners are for as well. Like you can trust their opinion. And when I look, we are now at all at lows that we've had. I go through it here in a second. Like we've had this the last time, I think it was in 2015, where we were at 30, and before that, I think the last time was actually in 2009. So if this happens twice in a decade, then this is a buying opportunity. Like you give it time, because there's stuff going on, and the Russians are having issues with the Saudis and all that stuff. And there is a recession looming right now with the whole corona supply chain stuff like that. But if you go long term out, which I have, I kind of did a similar thing. I bought a few calls. I bought a few shares in USO, and that's that's kind of the trade that I'm hoping that plays out eventually. But my fiance is just coming home, so this is now really live entertainment here right now. Can I help you, my love?
So you talk stocks and
Oh God. I'm almost done. Okay. I love you. Oh God. This is probably the best video I've ever made. But anyway, the video has stopped anyway. But yeah, there's nothing else that I talked about here except for plugging the like whatever you have to plug for YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I point out again at the end the the fact that the market is so liquid that why would you trade anything else? And that's basically it. That's it for the video. Long-winded stuff. Sometimes I realize that I could say much faster, but anyway, that's it, guys. That's been my live review of my live review. And I hope you guys had fun. And I guess you know what I always say, I see you guys at the open. So cheers, guys.